Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are doing well. Today, our special guest is Mr. Suhail. As you have read the title, our today's topic is about the bug bounty. So let's get started. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Suhail. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Zain. Thank you so much for having me. I'm fine, and I hope that you are also good.
Alhamdulillah, I am also fine. So can you please tell our audience what is the bug bounty?
Okay, so bug bounty program or bug bounty is is a cash reward or some kind of reward which you receive upon reporting some issue or some flaw that you have found in some website or a web or any application, and you report it to the responsible team and they fix it. And if the issue is considered to be a valid issue which can cause some security issue or anything like that, and so in return for reporting the issue they will offer you some bounty reward which will be in the form of some cash or some gifts and things like that. So this is basically what bug bounty is.
Okay. Then, for example, if a person wants to start a bug bounty, the question is that how should he start that?
Okay, so basically you are asking that, okay, for a person to start bug bounty, it requires, there are different things which are necessary for starting bug bounty. For example, first thing is that you should know you should have basic knowledge about what are basic web application attacks or anything. You should have basic knowledge about a web application. You should know the error codes. You should know what kind of flaws can you find on different pages of a web application. And once you have some knowledge about those things, then you can start hunting for programs online. You can use Google Dorking to find vulnerability disclosure programs. There are different kinds of programs. Some are public and some are private. There are also platforms, online platforms for bug bounty hunting, like HackerOne, Integrity, Bugcrowd, ZeroCopter, and there are many more. Yes, we hack. There are many programs. There are many platforms, and each platform has different programs in which you can participate and hunt on your favorite program, and you can earn. If the issue is new, then definitely you will get rewarded.
Okay, you talked about the public and private program. What is it?
Public program is kind of a program. Like for example, Facebook has bug bounty program. It is a public. I guess it is public. So anyone can report issues to them. And if you just Google Facebook bug bounty program, it will come on your screen, and you can find issues for the given scope, and you can report them to the program, and you will get rewarded if the issue is known, if the issue is new. And other there are like platforms which are, for example, HackerOne, Bugcrowd. Um, Sometimes you get invited to private programs. Now, private programs are those programs which are only whose invitation is only sent to you. For example, it will not be accessible to the public. Only the accessible person will be allowed to hunt on that particular program. So this is the difference between private and public programs.
So, the next question is what are the skills needed and what should be the pathway, like which courses or which trainings a student should follow?
Okay. Um, for the education, I guess you are asking the education. What should be the education background, right?
Yes, yeah, I am
Okay.
actually asking about the educational background also, and also what should be the courses like something like SQL or something like web development. What should be the main pathway a student should follow? What should be the things a person should take step by step? Step by step.
Okay, okay. Regarding the education background, as I told you earlier, that a person should know the basics, the basic fundamentals, as you can say, also you can say fundamentals of web application. You can use Google to find you will find more information on Google regarding this. You should have basic knowledge about how a web application works. Okay. Now, one thing you said in between is was that SQL. You said something about SQL. That is an issue. That is a vulnerability. SQL injection. That is completely different thing. What I'm saying is that regarding the skills, how you can develop your skills, or what you can study to know about bug bounty, or know about how to hunt in some website or something like that. For that, you can learn. You can use Google, and you can learn for different basic concepts about web application. You can learn what are the different vulnerabilities which you can find on login pages, for example, login pages, forget password pages, and sign up pages. And these are you can find many issues which can occur, and you can easily learn things from Google. But to basic knowledge, it is not in my opinion, it is not necessary. If you are a bachelor's, if you are a computer science student, only then you can be a bug bounty hunter. In my opinion, it is not necessary to be a computer science student to be a bug bounty hunter. I have seen many people who have done BBA, and they are doing bug bounty hunting, and they are earning very well. So the knowledge is everywhere on Google. So you can use Google to learn about bug bounty.
Okay. So, can you please specify a specific course or specific training so a beginner with knowledge can start from scratch with a free training or a paid training?
Um, yeah, I can definitely tell you about that. There are many online courses which a person can do, but in my opinion, the most helpful what that I have done myself is that they are the Portsfigure labs. There are Portsfigure.net is the website, and they have an incredible academy which has vast knowledge about different issues. They also have labs which you can solve to gain knowledge, to gain basic knowledge about how you can test website. They have different labs for that. They have labs for cross-site scripting issues, for broken authentication issues, for SQL issues, for SSRF server-side request forgery, for cross-site request forgery, and many more. And so you can use portsfigure.net. It's a very good resource. And also, other than that, Hack the Box is not for beginners, but Portsfigure is for beginners. A beginner who has no knowledge about bug hunting, he can definitely visit portsfigure.net, and he will find it very useful because it has basic knowledge. And then after learning basics about the issue, you can look on the webs and practice that issue. So Portsfigure is the best. Other than this, there are many things which you can find on Google. For example, you can look for different courses. There is certified ethical hacking course, but again, it is for beginners. But it is it is paid. It is a paid course. So Portsfigure is free. So I hope that you get my point that Portsfigure is much better than being for a paid course. But again, there are different paid courses which you can avail, but at a certain time, not at the first stage. You can opt for the paid courses.
Okay. The next question is how much programming language is required getting into the cybersecurity? Oh, sorry, bug bounty.
Then programming language. To be honest, I haven't. I'm not good at programming languages, but I have I have focused on a little bit of Python and scripting, bash scripting, because at a point you will, for a beginner, it is not necessary if you have a programming language. If you, it is not necessary if you have to know about programming language or anything like that. But at a certain point, when you are progressing, when you are growing your skills, at a certain point, you will definitely need to learn some programming languages. I guess Python would be good for bug bounty, but not at the beginning.
Okay, so the next question is that uh, how the skills a person should learn, like you can say that I have asked up before you which type of courses. Now I am going to ask which type of skills, like specific skills like bug suit or like tools like that, which tools
Okay.
or which type of things should a person learn?
For doing bug bounty hunting is definitely burp suit, and other than that, you should be aware of how to use Google. The key to good bug bounty hunter is that he should know how to do Google search, and you can find knowledge about anything on Google if you know how to Google about it. So according to me, you should know how to search on Google, and number two, you should be able to know how to run the burp suite and how to use it. And for using it, there are also different courses. There are also different courses on Google which you can. There are also free courses which you can avail on Google, and you can learn about burp suite.
So, do you recommend any channel or any book for learning the bug bounty?
Mm, yeah, there are different books, but I would suggest that use Google and try to find free things. There is a ton of knowledge on Google for free, which you can avail, and you can learn from which you can learn. Uh, there are also many different books, but uh, for what I have learned till now is that the hands-on practice is very important. If you have some target and you are testing it, you will gain knowledge in the process of testing it. For example, if I'm telling you about myself, how I approach, how I learn stuff, is that for example, I have found something. I have found some. I have found like I found for forgot password page. Okay, so what I will do is that I will search for forgot password vulnerabilities or issues found on forgot password page, things like that. Now, I will check what are the technologies running on the backend, running on the website, and I will study about them. Studying about the technology on the at the runtime will make you learn different things, and you can eventually you will learn different things while testing the program. So Google is the key source from which you can learn different things. I haven't read any book about bug bounty and anything like that, but Alhamdulillah, I'm doing fine.
Mashallah, mashallah.
But again, it is recommended to have basic knowledge about web application or Android application or iOS, whatever you are testing about, whatever you are going to test. It is important to have a bit knowledge about that.
Okay. Uh, can you please recommend any platforms for hacking, like Hack the Box or Try Hack Me? You have previously discussed about Hack the Box, but can you prefer Try Hack Me for beginners?
You are asking me about learning platforms.
Yes, I am actually asking about the learning
Yeah,
platforms
try
and
hack me. Try hack me is definitely a good platform, and hack the box is also a good platform. So whichever suits you. Try hack me is also better if you are a beginner. Then try hack me is good platform for you.
It means that we can switch after learning from try hack me beginner things, and we can shift to the hack the box.
Regarding Hack the Box, uh, I won't recommend Hack the Box for beginners because I am currently doing Hack the Box myself as well, and it requires some. You should have some basic knowledge, and you should have some past experience. From what I have understood, but again, if you are a good Google searcher, then you can definitely do Hack the Box as well.
So I would like to ask one thing: how did you start it?
Uh, how did I start my career?
Yes, how did you get into the bug bounty?
Then I started in bug bounty in my university life. I guess when I was in my third year in 2018 or 19, before COVID, and one of my friend introduced me to bug bounty, and by time I learned new things and studied more and more about web applications and different things. My friends played the most important role in educating me about bug bounty. So my friends were the reason for which I started bug bounty, and by time I improved myself and hunted on many programs, and eventually I got where I am right now. And currently, I'm also working in a company where I'm a cybersecurity consultant, and I also sometimes do bug bounty in my free time after work.
Mashallah.
So I won't leave bug bounty because bug bounty is something from which I have learned many things, for which I have earned many things, for which I have got many things from bug bounty. I have purchased many things from Bug Bounty as well. Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. So yeah, I started my career. The basic thing which which I first told you was that you should be curious to learn. Bug bounty is not for those people who just want to earn money and they are like, I will just hunt on a program and I will get money instantly. No, it is not how it works. For bug bounty, doing bug bounty, it requires it requires patience, and it requires you to learn different things, different technologies, and trying to exploit, trying to pin in different things, and finding flaws in the applications. There are many flaws which you can find, but again, it is a field which you have to constantly keep yourself updated, keep yourself in the learning phase. Bug bounties, if someone asks me what is the main thing in the bug bounty, I would say the main thing in the bug bounty is that you will have to learn each day, every day, and it will never stop. You will have to learn for everything.
Okay, that's fine. Then, if a beginner wants to start, then which platform he should choose?
For doing bug bounty.
Yes, for example, if a person has a plan to getting into the bug bounty, he has covered the Portswigger Labs, he has done try hack me, he has done hack the box. Now he wants to get into the practical field and he wants to hunt the bug. Then from which website or from which platform he should start?
Okay, so there are many platforms from which beginner can start, but the main problem on these platforms is that you will find many duplicate issues. There is HackerOne, Bugcrowd, Integrity, and Zerocopter, Yes We Hack, and many more. HackerOne, I have personally done bug bounty on HackerOne, and I have also ranked on number two from Pakistan in past 2 months, I guess. And but again, it required a lot of efforts. There were a lot of duplicates, and it is quite difficult. But there are also some other ways. For example, on HackerOne, you can do CTFs, capture the flag. These are like small challenges which you can do by yourselves. You can also get help from YouTube, from Google to solve those CTFs. And once you complete certain amount of CTFs, you will be eligible for a private program. You will receive a private program, and you can hunt on that private program. You can find issues and report the issues to the on the private program. And if the issue is no, if the issue is new, then maybe you can get rewarded for that issue. So HackerOne is also a good platform. Similarly, Bugcrowd and other platforms, those are also good platforms.
So there are many platforms, and beginners are confused actually. There are a lot of, as you told, platforms, but actually students are confused. Which are specific you recommend?
I would not recommend any particular platform from, because every platform, everyone is comfortable with different platform. Some people recommend HackerOne, some people recommend Bugcrowd because they are comfortable with the environment of of that particular platform. And therefore I would not recommend any particular platform. But for my because of my past experience, I would recommend HackerOne because I have received many bounties on HackerOne in these past months or in this past year. Therefore, I am currently focusing on only on HackerOne. Other than that, there are also you can also use Google Dorking, as I mentioned earlier. You can use Google Dorking, and you can find new programs. You can find different programs on Google. You can search for those programs, and you can hunt on them.
So the next question is that can we do bug bounty in our team?
Bug bounty in a team, definitely you can. If someone wants to do bug bounty in a team, they can definitely do that as well.
So, for example, if a person finds a vulnerability in a website who has not listed his program in either public or private, but a person finds it, so how should he report them, and how should he state them?
I guess you are asking if someone finds a vulnerability in some private program.
Yes, actually, I do.
Okay, so if someone finds a vulnerability in a private program and he wants to report the issue, he can report the issue to the appropriate team by emailing the issue to on the email which is mentioned on the support page or on the contact us page. This way he can. But one other thing is that there is also email mention on the responsible disclosure program as well of any website of a private program. So you can report the issue which you have found on that email as well, and they will contact you accordingly.
If a website is not offering any program, or for example, if a website has a vulnerability, and if someone finds it, and it is not stated to, for example, like in contact page, like if you find any bug, then report to us. Then how should he approach to the website owners
If
or
someone,
website
if
support?
someone has, if someone has found issue on a website who does not have a bug bounty program, and he wants to report the issue to them, he can simply mail the issue to them. But it is considered as unsolicited testing, and you should always respect the privacy of the website before doing something like that. You should first see the privacy policy of the website, that if they have some email which they have written themselves, that if you have found some flaw in our website, or you have found some if you have found anything in our website which you want to report, then you can contact us here. So if they If they have said something like that, only then you should approach that website or client.
Okay. So my next question is that what are the common vulnerabilities to focus on?
Common vulnerabilities to focus on, I would say, if you go for the OS top 10, you will find many vulnerabilities. For example, broken authentication. Broken authentication is a very what we can say that it is a very common. These are very common vulnerabilities which you can find in websites. Broken access controls and injection vulnerabilities. You can find injection vulnerabilities. And what are injection vulnerabilities? For example, cross-site scripting, SQL injection, and many more other. There are also other injection vulnerabilities and outdated versions, security misconfigurations. There are many things which you can find. If someone wants to find issues on a particular page on a particular functionality, then the person can search for that particular page. For example, as I mentioned earlier, that if I want to find some issues on forward password page, I will search on Google as for forgot password vulnerabilities or vulnerabilities found on forgot password, and a lot of things will come in front of me.
My next question is that uh, how to master the burp suit.
Mastering burp suite is you can learn
Actually,
about
as
burp
you
suite.
told me previously, we should learn the burp suit, and it is something like the basic level of bug bounty. That's why I asked you how to master it.
You can master it by learning about burp suite online. You can find different tutorials, different videos on YouTube, on Google about how to use burp suite. You can learn burp suite by from those videos. You can test different websites and use burp suite to test them, and in this way you can learn burp suite. If you want to do some sort of course or anything like that, then there are different courses on google.com which you can find to learn burp suite.
Okay, so as you told me that web development skills are basic web development skills are required. So how much actually web development should we know?
You should know the basic request methods. Like you should know basics about what is the post method, what is the get request, what is the post, and what are options. And you should know the error codes. You should know the basic error code messages for bug bounty, for cyber, for web testing, and you should know how a web application works. For example, how if there is a database, if the application is using MySQL, you should know how MySQL works and what things do we what are the basic things about MySQL? How can we exploit? How can we, tamper with the parameters? You should know what we can do with the parameters. If for example, if you have captured some sort of request of a login page, and it has two parameters, for example, login email and password. So you will, if the person knows a little bit about a web application, he will try to break the query, try to break the password. So he will enter a quotation mark, and so he will observe if it receives some sort of error code and something like that, then he will know that something is happening on this particular parameter, and he will act accordingly, and he can found some vulnerability. So for all of this process, he has to have a little bit knowledge about web applications, how they work. You can also learn about web applications on from Google as well.
Actually, I think there is a room or there is a complete web application path available on TryHackMe.
Yeah, I have also heard about it as well. Definitely there is.
So Now let's say how to master the bug bounty and what is the future of bug bounty. You have we have known that Web 3.0 is coming and the era of blockchain. What is the future of bug bounty?
Future of bug bounty. For your first question, how to master bug bounty, I would say that for mastering bug bounty, you will have to keep learning new things. You will have to learn new things every day. You will have to do that in a cycle. Like there is no non-stop learning for mastering bug bounty. And other than that, what is the future of bug bounty? Uh, well, I'm not, I don't know about the future of bug bounty, but yes, Web 3.0 is coming. And Web 3.0 is more secure, I guess, and definitely it will also have some loopholes. With the advancement, everything turning into digital, everything digitalizing. For example, now we do our bank transactions from our mobile phones. Maybe in future we can do those things even easier than mobile phones, and so it will also require testing, and it will also require security. As things are digitalizing, everything is moving into digital, then the chances of cybercrime increases. So in my opinion, bug bounty would be a good future. If someone wants to opt for it, then it will be a good future for bug bounty.
And one question I missed in the earlier, that is the bug bounty full time role or should we do bug bounty in weekends?
It depends. It depends up to you. If you want to do it part time, you can do it as a part time. If you want to do it as a full time, you can also do it as a full time. I was a full time bug bounty hunter from my university to 2022 starting till June. I guess June. Yeah. Uh, I was working as a full-time bug bounty hunter. So that was also a very good experience. But now, because I don't have enough time due to my job, therefore I'm not able to continue my bug bounty hunting. So therefore I do that on weekends. I try to spend some time on bug bounty, but it is difficult. You can, if you have time, if you have good time management, then you can definitely do part time. If you have a job, then you can do bug bounty in your part time as well.
Okay, uh, what should you recommend to the students who are willing to learn bug bounty? What are your opinions and anything you want to say to our audience?
For the beginners, for students who are looking to learn about bug bounty, I would suggest that you should not you should not chase the money. You should not chase the bounty, but instead you should chase the knowledge. You should be curious of what will happen if I change this to this. What will happen if I inject something in this parameter, and what will happen if if I do anything with this parameter or anything like that. It is not necessary that you will be rewarded for those things, but if you are only doing it for reward, then I guess you will be disappointed very quickly. But if you are doing it for knowledge, for experience, then you will also get a bounty reward, as well as you will learn new thing as well. So my message to youngsters or new students who want to learn bug bounty is that you should you should be curious about learning new things, about trying new things, about spending time how to Google search, and about learning the basic fundamentals of bug bounty. That would be what I will say for the new students.
So thanks, Mr. Suhail, for guiding us and the people who want to getting into the bug bounty. So The audience hope you will like the podcast and hope you will get some knowledge. Thanks for watching, and do follow Mr. Suhail Ahmad on LinkedIn, and get guidance from him and other persons on LinkedIn. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay, bye.